so what are we doing, Gabby?
An extended tummy tuck.
Yeah, and this is a patient that we did liposuction on before, and she still looks incredible, right, Gabby?
Yeah.
She still looks very good, but she was pregnant, right? She became pregnant after the tummy tuck, right?
No, the abdominoplasty.
After
The liposuction.
After the lipo.
Yeah, we did.
And now we're doing a tummy tuck. Yeah, you're right, but she still looks good. I think when she stands, there is excess skin, right? Which she doesn't like. But what do you see there?
Yellow fat.
No excess bleeding at all, huh?
No bleeding.
No bleeding at all. Yeah.
Gordura amarela.
Gordura amarela. Por que está amarela, Helena?
Que não tem sangue.
¿Por qué no tem sangue? Yeah, so there is no bleeding because of the special technique that we do here at the Cosmetic Surgical Cerrito. That's the most important thing, but it's also what we tell the patient, and if the patient complies, in other words, she follows instructions, not to take any blood thinners, no aspirin, no ibuprofen, no herbs of any kind, and also the tumescent anesthesia that we use, right, that has epinephrine to clamp down the blood vessels. That's why there is no bleeding. That's why the fat, the yellow fat is yellow. That's what we're saying in Portuguese, right?
Yes.
Gordura amarela means yellow fat. And that's what's happening here. There is no bleeding, so the fat is yellow and there is no bleeding at all. If you want to have surgery like this, give us a call. That's our belly button right here. You can call us at 510-525-7999. Alrighty, so look at that. No bleeding here at the Cosmetic Surgical Cerrito, right? Incredible, see? Beautiful yellow fat, right? Gordura amarela, Helena?
Gordura amarela. Não tem sangue.
No tem sangue. Yeah, yellow fat. Grasa amarilla, no tiene sangre. Lleva así grasa amarilla, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Que no hay sangrado, ¿verdad? Gracias, thank you.
And this is the specimen on the left side. No bleeding. Thank you. This is the specimen on the right side. Small piece. No bleeding. Thank you.
What are we doing now?
Making the knee home for the belly button.
Yeah, so you see that line in the middle? Yeah, that line in the middle is called the linea alba. See, and it's a hyperpigmented line that appears usually during pregnancy. And what we're doing now is we're gonna keep her own belly button. And for those doctors watching out there, this is something that most doctors don't do. This is something that I kind of came up with. And it's basically doing de-epithelialization of this area. Okay, and so what we're doing here is de-epithelializing this area so that there is no bleeding. But this is something that I kind of came up with. But this is your belly button. This is the area that we are to. That's where her own natural belly button is going to come out of, right, Gabby?
Right.
And what are you doing with that syringe, Gabby?
Cooling the area so she doesn't get burned.
Yeah, so we're cooling because this is hot. There is fire in here, so we're going to cool the area so she doesn't have a burn, see, on the belly button area. So Gabby's cooling it. You can also lower the temperature on these, lower the energy. And here's my finger should be coming out pretty soon, see? Hello, this work. Thank you. You see this piece of fat right here? This belongs inside. There's a little hole, tiny hole, see? That it comes out of this fat, see? So this is what we call our hernia. And we're gonna go ahead and cut that piece out, right? Under a mosquito clamp. We wanna make sure that there is no bleeding at all, right? So this is the piece of hernia. It's a piece of fat that belongs inside, right, Gabby?
Right.
And Gabby's holding the belly button to the side, right? And now I'm going to show you there is indeed, in her case, it's just a very, very tiny hole. You see it right there? So we're going to go ahead and close that hole right there, see? So we're gonna close it with figure 8 for those doctors watching out there. This is a figure 8 all-proline suture, right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. There we go. So we're now closing the tiny, tiny hole with a figure 8 all-proline suture. This is a permanent suture, right? And that's your belly button. So this is a supra, because it's above the belly button, supra umbilical hernia repair. And I think there may be one here too. We're gonna check on this one too. Let's see. Thank you. Yeah, and sure enough, there is another hernia right here. You see? That's another. This is the belly button right there, and right at the stalk of the belly button, right around noon or 12, there is another piece of fat right there, right? And we're gonna do basically the same thing. We're gonna cut it out, right? And with electrocautery. So it's just, there's no bowel here. It's just the piece of fat, right, that belongs inside. And so now we're just gonna make sure that there is no bleeding here, right? And there is none. And I'm gonna show you the little hole that this thing comes in from. See, that's a tiny hole that it goes in. See, this doesn't go in, but here you can see that there is a tiny little hole that it goes in. And we're gonna close it. Thank you. Yeah, and so now we close another hernia here. So this is an umbilical, because it's right on the stalk of the belly button. Stalk, because this is, the belly button is like a little tree, right? It's got a stalk, see? That's the stalk. This is around 12. So there is one right next to the other, right? But this one is in the stalk of the belly button. The other one is above it. Thank you. All right, so you see that bulge, Elena? Right
Yes.
there? So we're gonna, and that's the belly button right there. So I'm doing it slowly so you guys can see. Let's see how much we are pushing this inside with these sutures. These are permanent sutures, again, all-proline sutures. We already did the top part. That means the part above the belly button, and we're able to enclose those abdominal hernia repairs that we did, the umbilical and the supraumbilical hernia repairs. And now at the end of the day, she's gonna be like that instead of having this bulge. Thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how we make the drains here at the Cosmetic Surgical Center for Cerrito. I use electrocautery to make a bloodless incision. I put a mosquito clamp, and Gabby gives me the 10mm Jackson-Pratt drain. And what about that belly button?
It looks great.
Gorgeous, huh? Thank you. Wow, so we are done. Look at the beautiful belly button, how athletic she looks, and this is no liposuction to the belly. This is just a tummy tuck. Incredible, very natural. She has a little bit of high definition. If you come this way, you can see. Incredible. Thank you.